Welcome to Rock Your Block and today's segment of This and That with Ernestine. I am your host, Ernestine Wilson. My energetic guest is self-described as first and foremost a servant of God. Her passion for serving others started with a career in nursing over 20 years ago. She was invited to the studio today to introduce her first book, Love, Pray, Cook. It is my pleasure to welcome Damaris, Noukeu, so that we can learn more about delicious, healthy meals we can all make at home. You're a busy lady, Damaris. Thank you for spending time with us today.
Thank you so much for having me, and it's always a pleasure to serve the community.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here. After I saw your book and met you, I just thought that it was absolutely necessary that everybody else learn about what you've been doing. So let's get started. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So tell us about your motivation to write the book.
I love to cook, and I enjoy cooking for others. And that's one of the ways that I express my love, my gratitude. It's just my passion.
Okay.
Yes, and I really want to send a message to encourage people to make more home-cooked meal that consists of great quality ingredients.
Well, there are a lot of books, a lot of cookbooks on the market, especially. What is unique about your book?
What is unique about Love and Pray Cook is a spirit faith-based book.
Okay.
That emphasizes of the connection between spiritual and physical food.
And that's why you have the Bible verses actually in front of every chapter,
Correct,
right?
correct. Before every recipe, there's a Bible quote that is related to food.
Okay. Now, what, in your opinion, are the advantages of eating out as opposed to cooking at home, or is there?
Eating out often can be very costly, not only to your pocket, but to your health. And you actually lose control about the quality of the ingredients, the method of cooking, the way the food is being handled, and even your time.
Okay, I thought you were going to say something completely different, but all of that makes good sense.
Yes.
Well, when I described you as energetic, and that's because usually when you're talking about food, your eyes light up and you just get excited about the nutrition and everything else. So tell us what your favorite part of cooking, what is your favorite cooking activity?
I enjoy combining herbs.
Okay.
Herbs and spice. Combine it to create a very flavorful, delicious, colorful, aromatic seasoning.
Now, do you usually know exactly what your seasonings are going to be before you start cooking, or sometimes do you just improvise and?
It depends. Sometimes I plan it, like I say, I combine it, sometimes I don't. But if I have to follow the recipe, I will follow it to the letter, unless I'm missing a spice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking about when I grew up as a kid in Mississippi and Tennessee, and about the foods that we used to eat. A lot of fried foods. We ate everything on the pig, including the intestines. We call it chitlins down south. But I can't say that the menus were very, very healthy. I remember my grandmother saying to cook the pot down low, and what that meant was the pot was going to be on the stove a long time, which also meant that we never got crispy vegetables. They were all like kind of soft and soggy. But, well, I could go on and talk about the things that happen down south with our food and everything. So tell us about the importance of healthy cooking.
Oh, healthy cooking is really crucial, because cooking and cooking healthy, they're two different things. You either cook for nutrition, or you cook for destruction. So the quality of your ingredients are very, very important. And I'm a strong believer that healthy cooking is medicinal. So the food you cook and eat can have an impact on your emotional, physical, spiritual, and mental health.
Well, speaking of the quality of the food, how do we stock our pantry and our freezers in order to make sure that we eat and cook healthy?
Oh, wonderful. Stocking your pantry, your fridge, freezer, or your cabinet is one of the very important to a successful, nutritious cooking. But
How so?
because the food that you cook determine how you feel and when it comes to health. But talking about stocking the pantry, you could always modify it. It's based on your like, your dislike, your food sensitivity or allergy. But the goal is to refrain from refined and processed food.
Okay.
Yes.
So I refrain from refined and processed foods and
Do as much as you can.
Okay.
Yes.
But there's so much.
Yes, there is.
Everything's refined or processed almost,
Yes.
except those good vegetables.
Correct, but that's where you gotta do your own education. You have to put the work, you have to do your research, and stay away as much as you can.
Got it. Now, in your book, you say in a message, you say that there is a message in the book that you expect readers to internalize about food, family, relationships, and health. What is that message?
Ooh, that's very important. Involving a family in the cooking process is very important. Children grow up learning its importance, and they will gain the skill along the way. As time comes by, they will build up habit. It becomes a habit. And we have to remember that the family, the community that cook and eat together, they learn together and get healthy together. So it's very, very beneficial to have the family involved in this process of cooking.
I love that message. Now, people are watching us who probably don't cook, think they don't know how to cook. How would a person get started?
I will first tell the person, do not be intimidated at all. You have to keep in mind that healthy, nutritious cooking is one of the best investments that you could do for you and others. So start slow. For example, you could pick 2 recipes that you may like a week. Do it really slow, make it enjoyable, be creative. Start slow. The first time may not come out right, but don't give up. Don't give up. You have to remind yourself that healthy cooking, nutritious cooking is important to you. I believe that with that motivation, and you keep going, keep trying, pushing, educate yourself. Open, be creative, create your own recipe based on order, what you like, your preference. Try it first time, second time. Believe me, by the time you know it, you will build your confidence. And it's not a race, it's not a competition. It's about caring for you. Everybody don't have to be a chef, but at least if you are a chef for yourself, that's the greatest accomplishment. So I really encourage people to push, to remind themselves about the motive behind healthy cooking, nutrition. That I know it, that by the time you realize it become habit. Nobody was born as a cook. We all learn, and it's not like we are rich. We are all learning. We discover, and you make it your own passion. You just remind yourself that you will get it. Don't give up. It's just, yes, I really encourage people to push. You can only know how to cook by cooking. That's it, simple.
Well, let's suppose you're in the middle of cooking something and you've forgotten an ingredient. What do you do?
Interesting. That's when good preparation is very crucial. But we are all human. If you find yourself in that position, do not panic. Review your recipe. There's always an alternative. There's always substitute. I'll give an example. If I'm cooking, then I realize that I'm supposed to use onion and it's missing. I could replace onion by garlic, leeks, shallot. Those are from the allium family. So they have the same health benefit, and they will also have the same effect when it comes to flavor. So you are not really missing anything, but the thing is, like I say, you have to stock your fridge, your freezer, and your pantry so that when you're missing something, it's most likely you have a substitute in there somewhere. So, and then if this is herb, if you're missing a protein, for example, if it was supposed to be like a chicken, if you have turkey, you could substitute it with turkey. If it was a beef, you could substitute it with lamb. You just have to create your preference, try it, and then guess what? You may come out and it's even best than the original recipe. So like I said, this is an art. You try until you get the one you like. Recipes are mostly guidelines. You can always play around with it, depending on your like and dislike.
Guidelines.
Yes.
I'll keep that in mind. So what tips can you give us about healthy cooking?
There are many, many tips. Which one can I pick right now? The first one I'm thinking is make meals due to season. Meaning that when you cook, when the food are available in season, that's when it's more affordable. It's natural. It's not being forced out of the ground. So it's natural, it's affordable, it's flavorful, and it's full of nutrients. So that's number one tip, is affordable. And I also encourage people, you could buy fruit in the season and freeze it and use it later for smoothies and all this. So like I say, educate yourself. And I'm very sure that most of the things that I'm saying here, the audience, they all know it. We have educated people. But sometimes we don't practice, we want to hear from somebody else. And that's number one tips. If you really want to reap the benefit of nutrition, it's best to purchase it at that season.
That makes good sense.
Yes, make your own research. There's a lot of reference out there, library. You know what food should be available in December, not in summer. You know what food should be available in spring, not in winter. So you already know that, in order to really reap the benefit, shop by season.
Okay, got that. Now, what are the benefits of using herbs and spices? Because we've got a number of them here that are part of another company, or I guess maybe the umbrella company or subsidiary of.
You love and cook. Yes.
Yes.
This is taste and see. Oh, herb and spice. These are the heart of nutritious cooking and flavor. They're not only for flavor, they are medicinal. They have tons of nutritious and health benefit. And like I said before, do your own research. The herbs are not only for decoration. We like to garnish it, the herbs brings out the flavor even for other ingredients. Herbs are really, really important.
Is it okay to mix a lot of herbs, or should we just stay with like one or two? Like if I'm making lamb and I want curry lamb, should I also add cumin and a bunch of other things, or just keep it simple? Well, I guess it's personal preference, but what do you prefer?
Yes, the blending. Each herb has its own uses and its own health benefit. So the blending made it complete. Like I said, I even created 12 spice blend to make it cooking easier.
And
Some herbs
these are the blends we have here.
Correct. Some herbs can only be completed by blending with others. Yes, that's when the blend come in place. Just one herb cannot work by itself. There are some herbs, like I said, you have to educate yourself. And it's, by combining herbs, bring out more flavor and also produce more health benefit. Yeah.
Okay. Now, we've got some, this is spicy fried rice seasonings.
Correct.
So, can you go through? I love fried rice. I love rice too much. As a matter of fact, this is my copy of your book, and I have it somewhere in here. I've got rice.
Yes.
And how to cook rice. Okay, so I did ask you about the fried rice. Let's come back to that, okay,
Yes.
in just a minute. What I saw in here that was really interesting in your book is to cook simple white rice, you need to rinse the rice with cool water until clear. So what is that process? You put the water in a colander or something?
No, the thing is, when you soak water, you soak the rice in water. At first, it's really whitish. That is starch. That's the starch.
Okay.
And lately, everybody's been running away from starch. So what I really recommend, if you should rinse it as many times as you can until the water become clear. That kind of dump some of the starches and prevent it from sticking together. If you like it, flop it.
So on the average, about how many times do you have to rinse it?
About 5 should be fine. 5 times should be fine.
And so this is any kind of rice? It's like brown rice?
Jasmine mostly. Jasmine, the brown rice doesn't have that whitish color.
So you don't rinse the
The
brown,
brown
rice.
rice, I rinse it less than the white.
Okay.
Yes, rinse it more. Yes,
Now, fried rice.
yes.
So, let's say I've got some white rice. I've washed my rice. How do I make this spicy fried rice?
Like I said, this is a blend to make it easy.
Uh-huh.
But if you from scratch, what I do, you do when you heat up your oil, this is coconut oil or olive oil, with some chopped onion, and then you saute it, then you add your washed rice into it, and then you blend. And you should stir it, you mix it, combine it until it's well combined, and then you make sure that the water and rice ratio is 1:2.
2 water, 1 rice?
No, 2 water, 1 cup of rice.
Okay.
Yes, and this doesn't have salt. It has only 2% of salt because I want people to be able to control that salt. So I always recommend that you don't put salt in the beginning of your cooking that much, because it's very hard to reverse an over salty meal. So you add gradually. And then once the rice is boiled, you could lower the fire and let it steam, and to preserve, to absorb the herbs and the spice. That's when the herbs comes in and make it so aromatic. Yes.
So what herbs are in the fried rice?
In the fried rice, we have red pepper, we have onion, garlic, ginger, turmeric, cumin. Yes, and all are organic.
Okay.
And if you like it spicy, you could add more cayenne pepper, or I have also spice blend. We do pepper, hot pepper. Yeah.
Is hot pepper good for you or no?
Like I say, if you like it spicy, hot, not to the point that you cannot tolerate, but just to have that flavor.
Okay.
Yeah, heat. Yes.
Now, this spice is all-purpose.
Correct.
Do you use this for, people say all-purpose, but sometimes it really doesn't mean all-purpose. Can you use this for vegetables, salads, meats, seafood? Is it really all-purpose?
Yes, you could use it for anything that you want to cook. No restriction.
Okay.
Yes, anything. I made it really easy.
I see another one over there that says root vegetable seasoning.
Correct.
So roots, are we talking potatoes or rutabagas? Do you know rutabagas?
Everything that comes from the ground.
Anything.
Anything. Carrot, potato, spinach, anything that comes from the ground.
Whether or not it's sweet, because if you put
Yes, whether or not it's sweet, it doesn't have to be sweet. It's roots. Everything that is root. So that.
anything root,
Yes, anything that's eatable, cookable. This.
what kind of flavor what does this have? Oops,
It
sorry.
has.
I'm messing up the
No,
display.
you're good.
But this is so interesting to know that this is going to season something that's sweet or something that's bitter.
It's natural. Yes, it's season anything that's coming on the ground. Yes.
I'll try it.
Yes, thank you. Yes, yes.
I'll try most things
Yes,
once.
yes.
All right, so you are a nurse
Correct.
and you take care of people every day, but you were telling me that a part of your taking care of people is also monitoring what they eat.
Correct.
So tell us about that, about monitoring the people quickly, because we're almost out of town.
Oh,
Sorry,
being a-
out of time.
Being a nurse had taught me and has allowed me to witness the positive and negative effect of the food that you consume can have on your overall health. I can't emphasize on that. I've seen it. I've been taught.
So we need to eat very healthy so we can stay up and running as long as
Eat
possible.
healthy, do your research, talk to your doctor, talk to your nutritionist, be involved, do your own research. It's crucial. It's very, very important. I have seen it, I have witnessed it. But make sure you talk to your doctor, your nutritionist, and go to them with your question. They will answer it. Do your own research. You have to put in the job, the work. You have to.
Okay, well, that's good information. And our time is up. So, thank you for being here.
It's my pleasure, and thank you for having me.
And if you have any questions about how to contact our special guests, Damaris, Noukeu, please see the information scrolling below. Thank you for watching Rock Your Block and today's segment of This and That with Ernestine. See you next time.